In this video, we are going to discuss about how to build a data path. The first, we are going to start a data path design is to examine the major components which are required to execute the each class of MIPS instructions that are R-type instructions, load and store and branch and jump instructions. A data path element is a unit which is used to operate on or hold data within a processor. In the MIPS implementation, the data path element, which includes instruction and data memories, ALUs, register files, and adders. The first element what we needed is a memory unit which is used to store the instruction of a program, which is an instruction memory and supplies the instruction given an address. And it requires a program counter, which is a register which will hold the address of the current instruction. Then we need an adder in order to increment the PC to the address of the next location. So we know that the adder is a combination circuit which can be built from the ALU. So we will make the control signal as always specify as an add operation. Therefore, we are labeling the ALU as an add. So to execute any instruction, we must start by fetching the instruction from the memory. To prepare for the executing the next instruction, we must also increment the program counter so that it will point the next instruction. Here it is 4 byte later. So here it shows the figure. It shows the combination of the three element to form a data path which will fetch the instruction and increment the PC to obtain the address of the next sequence instruction. So let us now consider the R format instruction. Here I have taken add R1, R2, R3. So it will read the two registers R2 and R3 and perform the AL operation on the content of this register and write the result to the register R1. So we will call this instruction either as a R-type instruction or arithmetic logical instructions. So the arithmetic means add sub and logical means add and or nor etc. So the parser is a 32-bit general purpose register or stored in a structure which is called as register file. So a register file is a common collection of a register in which any register can be read or written by specifying the number of registers in the file. The register file will contain the register state of the computer. In addition to this one, we need an ALE to operate on the values which is stated from the register. Here we are going to consider add R1, R2, R3. Here R1 is my destination register and R2 and R3 are my operands. So here we have three operands. This R2 and R3 represent in this it represents RS and RP. So it ranges from 21 to 25 and 16 to 20 and R destination is from 15 to 11 to 15 and you can see it is a 32-bit register. 0 to 5 represent the function whether it is what it is going to do, whether it is arithmetic logical operation like that, and 0 represent which is represent the opcode, that is ranging from 26 to 31. So how to create a single data path? Okay. So here we are going to combine all those 5 instruction into a single data path and add the control unit control to complete the implementation. So what is the simplest data path means it will attempt to execute all the instruction in one clock cycle. So this means that no data path resource can be used more than once per instruction. So any element needed more than once must be duplicated. Therefore, we need a memory for instruction separate from one for data. So we are using a separate memory for instruction and for data. So therefore, we are using a mux for and the control signal to select any one of this input, any one of these two inputs. So now let us discuss about how to build a data path for ALU. The first step is instruction fetch, right? Uh, so the data path from R type instruction and the memory instruction. Uh, Here we are using an additional mux which is required to select either the sequentially following the instruction address PC plus 4 or band's target address to be returned into the PC. So once the instruction get fetched, the instruction is going to the register, which is read register 1 and read register 2, and the data from the read register 1 and read register 2 get from read data 1 and read data 2. Okay. Then these two get added because the instruction from destination value, that is from 15 11 0 to 15, 0 to 5 represent 0 to 5 represent what is a function that to be uh, performed. Therefore, it goes to the ALU control, and the ALU control represent this one, right? So, what is 4 zeros? 4 zeros means it will perform the AND operation. 0001 means OR operation. 0010 means add operation. 1100 means it will perform the NOR operation. This is about the ALU control. So the in order to activate the ALU control, ALU op must be 1, right? So in the above circuit, 0 of the mux will be selected. So for that one, ALU source must be equal to 0. So it will perform the ALU will perform the operation which is has to be performed by the ALU control. Then the ALU result must be goes to the next mux. Okay. Uh, so the memory to register must be equal to 0. So from that one it will go to the write data. So you can see the registered destination must be equal to 1. Therefore, the instruction 11 to 15 represent the address of the destination register that must goes to the write register, because the registered destination value must be equal to 1. Here register write also equal to 1. Therefore, I can write that value.